Hi everyone, Matthew here at AAWeatherWatch, taking a look at the weather through the course of the coming week, obviously Monday the 16th through to Friday the 20th of October. Clearly all eyes on the short term, on the remnants of Hurricane Ophelia, as was highlighted in a post earlier this morning on our Facebook page. That is clearly dominating the weather within the short term, so certainly some focus on that within the video brief, but then equally looking at subsequent days through the rest of the week as well. Satellite imagery, again, as was highlighted on Facebook a little earlier this morning, satellite imagery showing the remnants or the developing area of low pressure, now just centred to the southwest of Munster and the southwest of the country in general. Quite a impressive region of cloud wrapping around that tight area of low pressure. Clearly the very, very strong winds that are directly associated with this centre of low pressure, and with very, very, very strong southerly winds now moving up into many central and southern areas of the country. And obviously this area of low pressure continuing to track generally up and across Ireland through the rest of Monday and over towards Scotland later today and overnight. So all eyes on the very, very strong winds, disruptive conditions within the short term. But the good news is Tuesday will be a much improved day, as a much better window of better weather arrives through the course of Tuesday, but more unsettled and autumnal conditions will arrive, generally in association with these regions of cloud here in the North Atlantic, which are further and additional weather systems. So back to the short term and taking a look at latest satellite and rainfall radar. Really quite an impressive, obviously, feature as things stand. The remnants of Hurricane Ophelia, the area of low pressure, again centred just to the south and southwest of the country now, a really well-defined region of cloud wrapping back into that deep area of low pressure. And again, it is a mixture of showers, longer spells of rain, but clearly with emphasis on the very strong winds indeed, moving northwards across many areas through the rest of today. So let's take a look at the forecast weather charts now to put the details onto the forecast. And clearly, again, all eyes on the remnants of Hurricane Ophelia through the rest of Monday. Note the extremely close proximity of the black lines, the isobars, indicating extremely windy conditions. Obviously severe gales, storm force winds across many areas, especially around coasts and hills, where significant storm surges are possible, especially across southern and eastern areas of the country, given obviously south or southwesterly winds, and particularly up through the Irish Sea as well. So the area of low pressure responsible for the stormy conditions tracks up towards western areas of the country and then moves across parts of the north and northwest this evening. Winds becoming more west or southwesterly with time rather than southerly, but clearly it will remain very windy through the rest of the day and into this evening. Now, the good news is the area of low pressure clears away across parts of Scotland. Still very windy across Ulster in particular this evening and overnight, but as I've indicated, and moving on into Tuesday, it is good news. We do have a little ridge of high pressure moving in from the southwest. Some scattered showers certainly possible across the north of the country, Ulster in particular, early on in the morning. But if I progress through the sequence through the course of Tuesday itself, 9 o'clock, midday and through towards the middle of the afternoon, this ridge of high pressure brings about a very, very different day indeed on Tuesday. A little window of better weather potentially to obviously help recover from the disruptive and stormy weather on Monday. Note as well the very, very different spacing of the isobars. Winds on through the course of Tuesday afternoon, light and variable. Again, very, very different weather than compared with the rest of Monday. A few scattered showers still again possible into the afternoon across the north, but otherwise it's dry with light winds and brighter sunny spells. But it will be much cooler and fresher on Tuesday than compared with Monday. Now, through into Tuesday evening and overnight, and again a reasonable period of weather on Tuesday night with some clear spells and turning quite chilly, especially in the countryside. Now, if we move through into Wednesday, at the moment in time at least, it is another reasonable start to the day. Predominantly dry on Wednesday morning, perhaps with some bright or sunny spells. But emphasis from the middle of the week onwards is that lower pressure will return to bring a more unsettled and autumnal period of weather through the second half of the week. So after the dry start on Wednesday, some rain and showers beginning to develop, perhaps from the south or southwest. This is the latest weather chart around about the middle of the afternoon on Wednesday, indicating an area of low pressure here, moving northwards and again bringing mostly cloudy and damp conditions with some rain and showers at times. Through to Wednesday evening and overnight into Thursday, we potentially then see a more organised region of wet weather developing from the west and southwest as low pressure again becomes increasingly influential. So as things stand into Thursday morning, quite a widespread and broad region of rain or showers across much of the country to start Thursday. Certainly a risk of some heavy rain is possible. Clearly poor driving conditions is certainly possible too, given obviously surface water and spray. Now, jumping ahead 24 hours, just quickly looking at the end of the week as things stand. The wet weather clears away as things stand at the moment later on Thursday, and then through into Friday it is likely to be a mixture of sunshine and blustery showers. The showers probably most frequent across parts of the north and west, and then later in the day, certainly a big question mark over this at the moment, but as ever the details for the end of the week will be addressed as ever in the midweek update. But there is perhaps a risk of some longer spells of rain developing across far southern areas of the country by the end of Friday. But otherwise, Friday is a day of sunshine and showers, but with then perhaps a risk of some longer spells of rain from the south later on. So let's quickly take a look at the temperatures now through the course of the coming week, and it is a pretty mild start to the week, if not actually quite warm, in association with the remnants of Hurricane Ophelia. Temperatures 15, 16, maybe even 17 degrees. However, emphasis is certainly on much cooler weather, temperatures dropping back to nearer average through the course of the coming week, so feeling quite chilly at times, especially from Tuesday and Wednesday onwards. So in this evening and overnight into Tuesday, locally chilly period of weather, 7, 8 or 9 degrees to start Tuesday, and then maximum temperatures on Tuesday probably around about 12, 13 or 14 degrees again, which is quite near to average. A chilly night possible on Tuesday night through into Wednesday. Minimum temperatures beneath that little window of better weather late Tuesday, perhaps just 4 or 5 degrees across some areas of the north. Through towards the middle of the week, and again maximum temperatures much nearer to average for the middle of October, highs around 10 to 14 degrees Celsius. Again, a risk of some cooler nights as well later on in the week, but maximum temperatures to end the week very, very similar, perhaps if anything even a little a degree or two lower. And just continuing to highlight this risk of some chilly nights is the minimum temperatures at the moment through Thursday night. This is around about 7 o'clock on Thursday, temperatures just 6 or 7 degrees, and then overnight into Friday perhaps just 4 or 5, and then we end the working week with maximum temperatures probably no higher than around about 9 to 12 degrees Celsius. So certainly a downward trend in temperatures this week, and certainly feeling far more autumnal and chilly as the week progresses. So let's finally summarise our weekly weather summary. Obviously Monday the 16th through the rest of today, a stormy day in association with the remnants of Hurricane Ophelia, which will dominate across much of the country. Through to Tuesday, and the good news is a much improved day on Tuesday across many areas. Yes, a few showers in the north, but otherwise it will be predominantly dry across much of the country. Cooler, but importantly and quite noteworthy, winds compared with Monday will be markedly lighter. Really quite light and variable winds expected across many areas as Tuesday progresses. But then from Wednesday onwards through to the rest of the week, the rest of the working week, it will become more unsettled as low pressure dominates to bring an increasing risk of rain and showers at times through the second half of the week, and it will be quite cool, if not rather chilly, and certainly feeling quite autumnal at times too. So that's all the details for the week ahead. As ever, I'll be back with the midweek update, and clearly within the short term, take care out there, obviously, as the stormy weather continues to dominate throughout the rest of the day. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll be back with you soon.